Back to business, my father's business. As you can see, I found this beautiful background footage for y'all today. Beautiful day. So, we're gonna be handling some business. Today we're gonna be talking about Noah and the ark. Okay, so Lamech was Noah's father. Named him Noah, saying, out of the ground that the Lord has cursed, this one shall bring us relief from our work and from our painful toil of our hands. Noah was 500 years old when he had Shem, Ham, and Josephat. Now, on the earth, at this time, man was multiplying. Daughters were born to them, and the sons of God, which were angels, saw the daughters of men that were attractive. They took as their wives any they chose. Of course, the angels could. They knew how, of course the angels could. They knew how to do things man could never do. God said that his spirit should not be in man forever, because he is flesh. And he numbered his days to 120 years old. I'm gonna stop right there, make a point. Just the point of, man was living for hundreds and hundreds of years, almost 1,000 years before Noah and the ark came about. As you can see, the angels was having sex with the women of the earth, and that was not something that God liked or approved of. So he numbered man's days of their life to 120 years. All right, moving on. Now the children of angels that they had with the women of the earth, basically hybrids, half human, half angel, they were called Nephilim. They were giants, mighty men. They were old. Genesis 6, 5 through 9. Wickedness was everywhere on the earth. Every attention of the thoughts of man's heart was only evil continually. God regretted he had made man. It broke his heart. He said he was not going to destroy everything on earth, but Noah, he said that he was going to destroy everything on earth, but Noah, found favor in the eyes of God. Noah walked with God, found blameless in his generation. That's Genesis 6, 11 and 13. Let's go ahead and read that. Genesis 6, 11 through 13. Genesis 6, 11 first. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. I'm just going to read through 13. Genesis 6, 11 through 13. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said to Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. All right, moving on. The earth was so bad, almost as bad as today's time, but in his generation. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Genesis 6, 22. Noah, no matter what was going on the earth, kept his faith and did what God told him. It didn't even rain on earth before the flood. People, people, but not only people, but Noah's family probably was looking at him like he was crazy. He was building a big ship for what? When there was no ocean or rain. It's no telling how long he was building this ark either. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came upon the earth. Noah, his wife, his sons, and his sons' wives, male and female of every animal, creeping thing, and plants and trees was in the ark when it rained 40 days and 40 nights on the earth. Genesis 6, 7, 11 through 12. Let's go ahead and read that. Genesis 7, 11 through 12. Genesis 7, 11 through 12. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Yep. That's Genesis 7 through 11. So as we can see, the windows of the heaven was open. All right, moving on. The waters receded from the earth, and the end of the 150 days, the waters had abated. Genesis 8:4. Now Noah was sending a dove out once every 7 days. Eventually, the dove came back with a freshly plucked olive leaf. Another 7 days, he sent the dove out, and it never returned. Then Noah opened up the ark, and everyone and everything came out the ark. It was a fresh start for the earth. Noah immediately built an altar to God, built the ark to God, and offered a burnt offering. Genesis 8, 21 through 22. Now that was the first thing that Noah did when all the waters receded from the earth, and he came out the ark, is he built the altar and offered a burnt offering to God. God smelt the pleasing aroma and said in his heart that he would never curse or strike down every living creature as he has done. Let's see. I thought that it was very interesting that God smelled must mean we are created in God's image. Gotta mean that. Genesis 9, 3 through 4. God blessed Noah and his family. Then God said, every moving thing shall be food for you, but you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is blood. Here we should understand that we are meant understand that we are all meant and should be meat. Okay, my bad. Here we should understand that all our meat should be cooked well done, so no blood is left. That means no medium rare steak, like most people. Some people like let's cook it all. This is God's word. Let's do it. Everything that He tells us to do. And definitely no human meat. And that's coming in these last days, last hours, when there ain't no more meat out here to find that's good to eat. People gonna turn to eating humans. And we can see that in movies already. But that's Genesis 9:11. Let me go ahead and read that. Genesis 9:11. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. Let me back up a little bit. Genesis 9:3-4. Let's go ahead and see what that say. There we go. Every moving thing that live shall be meant for you to eat, even as the green herb, as I've given you all things. But flesh with its life thereof, which is blood thereof, shall you not eat. So that's the scripture I was looking for. All right, moving on. He made a covenant that he would never again destroy the earth. Genesis 9:13, the rainbow is to remind us of a covenant made. Now in our generation, we know what Satan has made us try to believe what the rainbow represents. And again, the rainbow represents that covenant from God to man that he would never destroy the earth like he did, not every man and every creature by flood. Okay, Noah had planted a vineyard. Genesis 9:21-29. He drank and was drunk, passed out naked in his tent. Ham, one of his 3 sons, saw him naked and then told his brothers outside. Then the other 2 brothers walked backwards and covered Noah. When Noah woke up, he knew what the youngest son, Ham, did. Noah cursed him and said he would be a servant of servants of his brothers. Noah lived 950 years, then died. So there you have it. That's Noah in the ark. So as we can see, we can learn a lot out of that. One of the things we can learn is that God does not play around, and he will destroy the earth. But he said he made a covenant, basically a promise, and said that he won't destroy the earth like he did before, and not every living creature like he did before, which we can thank him and be blessed for that. And we can be thankful for Noah for finding favor, because his heart was broke. That's really the first time we can hear in the Bible where God's word, that his heart was broke. He was moved and so sad that he even created man. That shows you how bad it must have been. And once we continue reading in God's word in the Bible, then we'll get to Jesus, his 4 gospels. And what did Jesus say about the end times of our generation? That it will be just as Noah's day before the flood. It will be just like that. And as we can see, we're moving in that direction. And not only that, but you gotta just really dig deep in the word. I'm trying to keep it simple and plain with y'all, instead of giving y'all, you gotta start like a baby. You gotta start off with milk. Then you gotta start off with, soft food. Then you can get a little piece of meat here and there. Then you can get solid food and get strong, and build yourself up. But, you gotta really think, these demons and the Nephilim, and, their flesh got destroyed, but their spirit didn't go nowhere. These demons didn't go nowhere. These fallen angels didn't go nowhere. And this angel still falling to this very day. The end days, this last hour that we're in, they're still falling. And they still getting kicked out of heaven. I mean, we fall short. What you think that say that the daggone angels ain't gonna sin, or they ain't gonna, you know, fall short like what they want, or want to do whatever they want to do, just like we want to do whatever we want to do. But you know, so the end days will be just as Noah's day. That's why it's very important for us to get in our word, get in this word. You know, read the Bible, read the Bible from the beginning to the end, because history is in the Bible for one, but history is repeating itself, and you know, and that's what Jesus was sent here to die for all of our sins, but he was an example to all of us to follow, to learn from, and if we listen to how Jesus was teaching and what he was saying, and they asked him, what will be the signs of the end days? That's very important. Noah and the ark, which is in Genesis. And I just went over it with y'all, short version. I'm gonna try to keep these videos short. So I'm finna let y'all go and give y'all one more glance at the picture. I'm in a nice shady spot. My Father's business. Until next time. I love y'all. I'll be praying for y'all. Peace.